Okay.
I got this. Beep, 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 beep.
Speaking of controversial people, and this guy's never been controversial till recently, but Amazon Prime Video has revealed a new docuseries featuring Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood, who are married and have been for a long time, as they build a new honky tonk in Nashville, which is now open, and the show premieres March 7th, which is in 2 days. I am going to watch this. I do like docuseries, which are different from reality. But Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood embark on their most personal journey yet to build the honky-tonk of their dreams in the heart of Nashville. This is marketing lingo right here.
Sure is.
Paying tribute to his roots, Garth enlists the help of his friends, Day One tour team, and all hospitality group to open up the epic 4-story bar on Lower Broadway.
Cool.
Michael, will you watch this, a docuseries?
Eventually, maybe.
Have you ever been to Broadway in Nashville?
I have not. I've actually never been to Nashville.
I have. It's a lot of fun.
I really want to go. Everybody says go.
It's very 6th Street oriented.
Yeah.
But the core difference is 6th Street offers a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
Broadway
It's
does
like
as well,
one.
but it's live venue after live venue after live venue after live music venue, and it's exactly the way you want it to be. One is a dueling piano bar.
Cool.
Then you cross the street and a couple of jazz stuff, and it's
Cool.
country. Then there's a whole string of country, but they're intermixed, and it's
Cool.
it's like being in Epcot and Disney. You know, you
Cool.
go from one country to the next, but
And it's all
but
great music, I'm sure.
Here you just go from one music thing to the next,
Cool.
and they have their fair share of challenges of people getting drunk and fights and like that too,
No
with a bunch
bueno.
of police around. But that's true anytime you that.
I'm a big fan of fried chicken sandwiches there, so I've
Who
always
is it?
wanted to go to Nashville for some fried chicken sandwiches.
So I this is coming out, but they did this a while back, and what I remember about this story is when the whole brouhaha about Bud Light. We're not taking a stance on it one way or the other on this, but when the whole brouhaha came out about Bud Light, and the whole woke thing, Garth said, "Yeah, we'll sell Bud Light here. We want to welcome everybody to sell whatever beer, what people like." And for some reason, a whole segment of the population got mad at Garth, and he said he's not one of us. He's not a country person. And it's like because he sold Bud Light. I think
It's like let's simmer down, motivator. I do have a funny.
I drink Bud Light. I also drink Coors Light and Miller Light, whatever.
I got
if it's cold, I'll drink it.
Beer's beer.
Yeah.
I got an interesting little factoid about this though. Do you know what the #1 selling beer in the U.S. is now? After that whole thing happened, that what would that be?
Is it Mick Ultra?
Debacle. It's after the whole Bud Light thing. It's Modelo.
Oh, really?
Do you know who owns Modelo, Darren?
Oh, Budweiser.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Anheuser-Busch owns Modelo, and they just pushed people into their other brand. So everybody that thinks they're revolting against Bud Light,
I do love
you
Modelo.
better go do your homework and figure out that you need to get rid of all of your Anheuser-Busch consumption because everyone's drinking Modelo
Bud
now.
Light. Look, I'm a professional marketer, and again, we're not
Like,
weighing
this
in
is
on the Bud
marketing,
Light stuff.
but this is marketing 101 for me.
Well, I know.
It's
Well,
like
so-
pigeonhole your one brand to accelerate your other.
Yeah. Well, Bud Light recently signed a giant deal, something like to the tune of $40 million a year to UFC.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
probably selling Modelo.
Yes. Well, they are. If you look at the UFC, by the way, there's a UFC pay-per-view fight this Saturday that
You're all about
some friends
those
are coming
UFCs.
over and playing poker and watching it
nice.
on the back porch if you're not working.
Maybe I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sean and Jamie, the
like
normal, my kiddo, and
I like
some
it.
other
These names
some
are
other
not
people
the
we
real
don't know.
names of the people.
I'm name dropping. I'm name dropping my son. Yeah, so it is. Well, we try to combine both words. We play poker and watch UFC.
It's fun.
And yes, but if you look on their mat, it's nonstop Modelo marketing.
There you
on
go.
The, but they also have Bud Light as well too. But yeah, they are throwing some money down to market themselves.
They
I
are
am-
smart. They know things.
I am going to watch Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. First of all, I do
Sounds
like
fun.
Garth. I've always
I love Garth. I
I don't know. For me, he's not a controversial person at all. I found when he first came out, a lot of people thought he was like overly gracious and ingratiating. They thought he was very ingratiating.
What does that word even mean?
Ingratiating means that you sort of appreciate and say thank you and
Gosh,
show
he is,
gratitude
though.
on
He's so
an
kind. He's so thankful.
Yes,
You
and
can tell.
that you do it too much. You do it too soon, and you do it too quick, and you do it too much.
So it's like feels a
And
little
it comes-
insincere.
Yes, it
right?
does. And so I don't know that
I've never felt like Garth is an institution.
I don't either, and I like Trish Yearwood. And a lot of people still don't like him because he started dating Trish Yearwood when he was married to his first wife, but I think they were separated and going through all the problems, and Trisha was opening for him, I think, and that's how they got together.
And
but I mean, you know how often that happens in the world.
And he's still with Trisha, right?
Oh yeah, like so 25 years ago.
I think when
it wasn't a tryst.
When those things first happen, it's like, oh, you're a terrible person, and then it's like, well, you went from long relationship.
Well, their kids together are already out of the house. That was so long ago. I mean, they're like in college and living their lives and stuff.
I don't ever, condone make the transition separately if you can, but I don't know. He seems like a real nice dude to me.
Yeah, I'm interested in it because I'm interested in. I'm interested in people that build brands and build businesses, and also too, I'm always intrigued. Like, why would Garth and Trisha are not doing this for the money?
Yeah.
So they obviously have a passion for it.
That's right. They're doing it for the fun.
So that's the part I want to tap into. Is like, what's their vision? What's their goal?
That's fun.
And I think it's awesome that people get to a place of life where they can build themselves a live bar in the way that they want to, and not worry, not stress about money. It's just like Ryan Reynolds and bought a soccer team with Robin. He doesn't need that,
no,
but
he did it
but
for
they
fun.
Freaking love it, man.
Yeah, and
that's why I want to watch it.
And then I love that show. Welcome to Wrexham is really
it's awesome.
To watch.
It's really the only it's the.
It's the
only sports team I follow on social media.
I don't want to watch Wrexham football during the season because I don't want to know the answers to the show. I like to wait for it, so the tension's high.
So again, it is March 5th. We're in the news section, so this is the last part of the news. So, pursuant to the Garth and Trisha docuseries, which again starts in 2 nights on March 7th, I'm going to watch it. So this popped up too. Tennessee's music industry supports a lot of jobs. Micah, take a guess on an annualized basis across the state, how many people can tie their profession/jobs to the Tennessee music industry?
How many people in Tennessee?
In Tennessee.
So how many people, does that count like bartenders and bars and music venues?
Yep.
How many people live in Tennessee? Can I get a city?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, in the city
4.
In the city of Austin, we got 1.6 mil. So I'm gonna guess Tennessee is, I don't know. Let's say 1 million people. That has to be more than that. Way more. Than that.
So it's 61,000. Oh, I thought you were guessing you were guessing the population. I thought the
no, I was still curious. I would have thought because Tennessee is just so music oriented. So it was
61,617 jobs across the state, and it contributes $5.8 billion to the Tennessee gross domestic product with 4,500 music venues right here.
Wow.
So the reason I bring that up is one,
like
I just find that interesting, but also two, the Tennessee state government is creating something called the Elvis Act, which is addressing the use of AI, artificial intelligence, in music. And they have unanimously passed both the Senate and the House, which provides guide rails to protect name, image, likeness, otherwise known as NIL.
Right.
So Tennessee, which brings in almost $6 billion worth of revenue based on music, is putting guardrails on AI. Cool. I'm super fascinated in this story. I think it's important they do it. It just depends on how tight the guardrails are.
Yeah.
But if it's after the name, image, and likeness, then that's the right thing to do, because I get angry for some reason. There are people on YouTube who have 300,000 or 400,000 followers, and there's like Drake AI songs, and they're making money based on AI because you get paid money, but they're not paying for the name of Drake.
That's right.
And so that's weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good on that level.
Well, it's not weird. It's not right.
It's not right for sure. And there's a lot of good that can come from AI, but there's a lot of not good that can come from AI. And
I reposted a guy's. Sorry, finish your thought.
No, my thoughts are pretty low value, Darren. They're worth a
that's
penny
not
for
true.
That's where they came up with a penny for your thoughts. Actually, those people hearing my thoughts.
Well, so there was. I reposted a video on TikTok, and I didn't, because I was in a hurry. I didn't. Quote, I didn't give a shout out to the guy's post that I reposted, but it's in the name. And he goes, "Hey, you're not giving me credit for my work." Well, here's what it was. He did an AI song of Beavis and Butthead
this is funny.
Singing like Baby Got Back. So I just wrote him back and I said, "Listen, number one, you didn't create Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Number two, you didn't create the script that you took from there. You didn't write it. And number three, you didn't write Baby Back. Your work, you're piggybacking off of everyone else's work.
So we're all getting,
and throwing it in. Oh, here's the last
all
part.
getting credit.
And then you threw it into AI, which you also didn't create.
You know what's fun, Darren? I'm gonna now post your post.
Yes.
And how meta are we gonna get with this?
Very meta.
And then I'm gonna make a cover song personally.
I'm gonna get mad for you not crediting me for not.
You know, it's
that's
funny.
like the guy that.
So it's really funny. Here's a really fine line. So like, let me give you an example. When this first started, because this didn't just start now, but you know, back when people started sampling, this began.
Yeah.
And so there's like a really famous one. Oh, I forget which it is.
Ice Baby, which was Under Pressure for David Bowie and Queen.
But there's another one too where he took. There's another one where he took. So it's really funny. I forget what it is, but it's like a friend gave a friend a specific vinyl and said like this song, and then that artist took the vinyl and took that song and made it into one of the biggest hits ever. The friend that gave him the vinyl just wanted credit for it and the vinyl back, but the artist that made it was like, no, this is mine. And it's like, well, whose is it? Is it the artist that originally made it? So we've been going through this for years. If you listen to a lot of Daft Punk, it's the same. So we are in a very gray zone because it takes the person that made the Beavis and Butthead thing took a lot of time. And nothing is, in my opinion, necessarily like brand new. And if I play a guitar, is it Collings credit that built the guitar? Because I couldn't have done it without the Collings. I'm with you. I'm with you on the side. Like AI is getting too much where people are just clicking a button and just churning out samples. And they're like, "Ooh, that one's cool. Let's post it." But I don't know the line of like who owns what.
More succinctly, he didn't create Beavis Butthead. He didn't create the song, and he didn't create the technology that did it. That's like, to me, that's like somebody creating some soup and you put some oregano, salt, and pepper in there, and they're like, and then you say, "Hey, I'm going to put oregano, salt, and pepper in soup." And you're like, "Hey, I'm the one that put the 3 in there."
You know what I think is funny? The difference between you and I, Darren?
Yeah.
I would have just credited him and been like, "Dude, love the stuff." And you're like, "I will go to the mat for this."
Like, what the hell, man? I was like, oh my God.
I mean,
it's not that it's. I would be happy to credit,
funny.
but he said my work. Like, is it? Yes, it's your work.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I find it all really entertaining, very interesting.
how much time do we have left?
Darren, we have 9 minutes left.
All right, awesome. It is March 5th, so let's talk about what happened. It's awesome that I know now. Let's talk about what happened on this day. 2002, so what was that, 22 years ago, the very first episode of Ozzy Osbourne's TV show was aired on MTV in the United States. It focused on the Madman. I never understood why they call Ozzy Madman. He's the farthest thing from it. But anyway, they focused on the Madman.
The dude's pretty wild.
And his family. So he bit the head off of Bat one time.
I don't think it's just that, Darren.
Anyway, for his Madman and his family, his wife Sharon, and their 2 or 3 children. But anyway, they were all oblivious to the camera. They bickered, they squabbled, they cursed, and they hung out backstage at the odds. So, did you watch Ozzy Osbourne's reality TV show?
No.
I did not either, but I know it was quite popular. But that started today in 2002. Back in 2000, 24 years ago.
Darren, can we do this real quick?
Yes.
The top 10 crazy things that Ozzy Osbourne has done. Rock and Roll, Hotel Carnage.
Carnage.
I imagine we can get more.
You cannot
from
do
that.
carnage in a hotel.
This
did he kill 10
isn't
people?
a great one, but apparently drove his wife under the influence during labor to
Awesome.
the hospital.
We should make this a regular staple of what crazy things Ozzy has done.
He went to the bathroom on the Alamo, not at the Alamo.
Yeah.
He threw a party at the White House. Not sure what that means. Not reading the next one. Just not even gonna read it.
Wow.
I don't know what this even means. I can't. It's getting tough. I'm gonna have to for radio
convicted
edit.
for burglary.
Releases that. What's that? Signing the first radio. That doesn't sound crazy.
Releases the dove. Well, so the people that said it's bad. It was really a dove. That
Ozzy being intoxicated on the CBS Records executive noticing it claimed. Okay, interesting, very interesting. And then of course by the hits. I would say Ozzy has a.
Okay, he is a madman. Well, he's not now because he's 78 years old.
I think he appreciates being a madman. Like, I don't think he would take that as an insult.
Bark at the moon. Hey, Ozzy Osbourne found the guitarist Randy Rhoads at 2 o'clock in the morning when he was 22 years old, and the guitar world is forever grateful. So I will.
I love Ozzy.
Yeah,
you be a madman, and I love you. Like,
he was the original singer of Black Sabbath. Since then, they've had 187 singers.
If there's ever like a true like this is because of this, like there's a strong woman behind every successful man.
Yes. Oh, like, that is yes.
In this situation, yes. I don't know if Ozzy would be around without
Sharon. Is OG.
Yeah, Sharon. Sharon.
Okay, this next thing on this day again here, Darren Micah. This thing makes me mental. The year 2000, Madonna went #1 with a cover song of Don McLean's 1972 hit American Pie.
Why does it make you bad?
Because it is an awful rendition. It's so bad. And if you like Watch Mojo or Watch Mission,
we should have done that on the pop section.
They list like the worst cover song. This is one of them. It's
I have to hear it.
It's like this disco version with bright lights in this video, and I'm like, what? You even know what that song is about?
American Pies.
Okay, so this next story is
I want to hear it now.
Oh, okay. I've got 2 more stories on this day. The last one is, I think it's crazy I didn't know. So in 1982, before Michael was even born, actor and singer John Belushi died from an overdose of cocaine and heroin. Belushi was the original cast member of Saturday Night Live, and he played Jake Blues in The Blues Brothers, and appeared in a whole bunch of films like Animal House. And his tombstone reads, "I may be gone, but rock and roll lives on." John Belushi died on this date in 1980. What was it? Golly, man, that was 42 years ago.
Yeah.
That's just weird to me.
Yeah.
You know who the last trivia question, who was the last person to see John Belushi alive? It is a famous actor, comedian who's also now dead.
Famous actor, comedian.
The last person to see John Belushi.
Now dead.
A few hours before he died.
What, Bill Hicks? I don't know.
Robin Williams. He went over there to score some drugs and got him. And then that's how the story goes.
Right.
And then, John. So Robin Williams was the last person to see. Okay, so this next on 1963. A lot of unfortunate news here on this day. Country singer Patsy Cline, Cowboy Copas, and Hawshank Hawkins. Boy, that's not a Hawkshaw Hawkins were killed in a plane crash near Camden, Tennessee, which I did know about that. I didn't know about this part. They were traveling to Nashville. It was a big Tennessee day today. They were traveling to Nashville after appearing to a benefit concert for a Kansas City disc jockey, Cactus Jack Call, who had died in a car crash. So they went to Nashville, Tennessee, to do a benefit concert for the widow of this guy who died in a car crash. And on the way back, they died in a plane crash. Patsy Cline died on this day in 1963.
That is not cool.
Yeah, that's
that's a bummer.
I think that, it's been long enough now, 1963, how long ago she passed.
Stuff too.
She got on a plane. She did this benefit concert for a guy who died in a car crash, got on the way back. I think this is one more thing that we can tell us that the universe is saying, don't leave the house. Don't help people. Don't do anything. Stay home. And don't go anywhere.
I completely disagree.
Is that a bad message?
Death is inevitable. It comes for us all. And you might as well be going out and being with the people you love and giving back.
That seems like a silly way to live life, Micah, but to each their own. I'll tell you what's not silly, and that is to celebrate birthdays. Yay! We only have 2, but today is March 5th. Born on this day, still alive, 1970, John Frusciante. I've always had trouble pronouncing that last name. He is the lead guitarist for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Speaking of carnage through hotels, Red Hot Chili Peppers were famous for that. So, happy birthday to John Frusciante. Hope that's right.
I saw them play 2 years ago.
Where at ACL?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they crushed it.
Flea is. I love Flea. Just another also how I think him dancing around the stage is real. I don't know that it's an act. He
is wild. Yes. I think it is real for sure.
Yeah.
He was clothed this time, thank goodness.
Those guys were really helped institute that whole California sound with them and Sublime in the 90s and all that.
100%. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, too.
1958, Andy Gibb, who is the younger brother of Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb, better known as the Bee Gees. Andy Gibb was the fourth Gibb brother.
More than a woman.
Yes. And so, anyway, he was born in 1958. So, happy birthday to John and Andy Gibb. Micah, have we brought it in on time? How much do we have?
Anytime, I think about the Bee Gees, my head starts bobbing, and I just feel like I'm I am cool for some reason, which doesn't make sense.
Well, first of all, you already are cool. You don't need to be Jesus.
My guy. But you can tell from the way I use
I think that the whole era of disco, there is no band, singer, or group
I agree.
that have embraced their disco-ness and somehow evaded the cheesiness thing.
Yep.
They've been highly successful. Yep. They stayed relevant until recent death. And they somehow made it work.
They did.
I think, for me, I think that
they really, in my opinion, they really somehow made it cool. I mean,
I think, you know what it is? I think that those brothers genuinely cared about each other.
Yeah, I think so.
And they were like the Von Erich brothers in Iron Claw. Those dudes had each other's back at all times, because they went through their problems with divorce and record company fights like everybody else. But, man, every time you saw them someplace, those brothers were always together, saying nice things to each other. And I think that's what it is. I think that's why people like them.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody, to the Darren and Micah Show here on KWVH, Wimberley Valley Radio, 94.3 FM. We'll catch you on the next one. If you want to, head over to our Damn Music Show on the YouTube channel, TikTok, and all the other places. Until next time, later.